Okay, today's date, it's November 20th, 2012. Let's see, what is today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. Uh, take a, well, you can say goodbye to that. Getting a new chair today. And I'm hoping that, oh, what's you see the tape? I don't know which way to go. It's ripped. Every time I hear this, it hurts my arthritis. I've got I got this yesterday. I went yesterday and bought a Powerball ticket. Texas Powerball. The jackpot is $166 million. That's the cash value. That is the cash value, how much the person gets. I bought one ticket. It's been months and months since I bought a ticket. The last time I bought a ticket was when everybody was buying a ticket. I think what was it? I don't know, $500–600 million or something really big. That's when I like to buy a ticket. And it's worth, they're $2 now for the Powerball here. I like having a ticket just because the drawing is on November 21st. That's tomorrow. And I bought the ticket yesterday. And I like thinking, okay, if I lay down to go to sleep and I'm laying there, I can't go to sleep. And I think, wait a minute, I have a Powerball ticket. And it's $166 million. What would I do with that who would I give it to? And then, I think about that a while and I fall asleep. It's just worth $2 just to, I know what the odds are, and I know I'm not going to win, but it's worth $2 for sure, just to be able to think, okay, here's what I would do with that. But I went and bought the ticket, and the thing binged, the machine binged. I thought, that's kind of funny, because I saw a thing about fraud where people had a winning lottery ticket and they'd go to the clerk at a store and the clerk scans it, and if it's a winner, I didn't know that until I read the story about the fraud, because what happened is somebody took like big winning ticket and the clerk said, you won $2 or you won another ticket or did something, and it was actually a winning ticket. And then I heard that the machine bings or dings or dongs or something. So I bought a $2 ticket and the little ding, and I thought, what the heck's that? But I thought, well, I know I didn't turn a ticket in, so. And then the guy said, had a box there of t-shirts. He said, Texas Lottery t-shirt, and I said, no thanks. And then he grabbed a box of hats, and he said, hat? I thought, man, I thought the guy really must be making, I felt sorry for him or whatever, and I thought, well, I'll buy, how much are the t-shirts? He said, no, you won. You get a t-shirt, or, I said, oh, I'll take a t-shirt. So I got a t-shirt. I don't know if you can see it. So, when Texas plays, Texas wins, and then it says something else on the back. So I'm a lottery winner. I have a new camera. I'm not using it. I'm using the Logitech. Forgot the number, 720 or whatever. The one I've been using for the Logitech HD Pro webcam C920. That's what I'm using to record this with. But I have a new camera, and this is the new camera, the Panasonic LX5. The reason I got it is that, I had a Canon C12 and I sold it on eBay. Big mistake. That was a great camera. I love that camera. And of course they came out with a G15, which is slightly better. And I thought, well, I can't afford I sold it on eBay, and then I regretted it, and I couldn't really afford to turn around and buy another one. Then I saw that the Panasonic LX5 was discounted a little bit. And that's one of the cameras. There's 3 cameras, and I forget what the other one is. There's the Canon G12 or G15, the Panasonic LX5, and another camera that are in the same class. And when people are talking about cameras, you know, they say, okay, you know, of course there's point-and-shoot cameras, small ones, and people talk about those and rate those against each other. But the Canon G12 and this and another camera, they're in the next class up, and people will talk about which one is better. And then of course you go to the next class up for, you know, the single lens reflex cameras, you know, with exchangeable lenses and everything. And so this one was, you know, in my price range. So I got it. One thing of those is lens cap. You know, the other, I don't know, I think the other cameras, this camera, when it has on a switch that you flip over like that. But when you do that with the lens cap on, you get this message, you know, remove the lens cap. But then you press any key. But the camera is I like it. I'm not going to do a review of this or whatever, but I do like the camera, and it takes. This is the only thing I kind of wish that when the lens closed, it closed it. You know, you didn't have to put a lens cap on the thing. But I like the size. I like the controls. Like the features. And so this is going to be my camera from now on, and I hope that I will not be selling it like I sold the G12. And maybe someday I can get me a Canon G15. What else did I want to talk about? I talked about, did I tell you that I was, surely I did because I've been talking for 8 minutes. I told you that I'm getting a new chair today. And actually I'm also getting a leather case for this camera. And it's coming today also. So I have to listen for the UPS person. They I get quite a few UPS deliveries here, and it's extremely rare it's usually a woman, a real nice lady. It's extremely rare for her to ever come to the door that I am not here. But you know, UPS, not just her, but all over, everywhere, they don't give you any time. They knock on the door. I think well, in Kansas City, Missouri, well, actually it was Belton, Missouri, when I was there was a UPS person who would come to the door and put the ticket in the door and not even knock on the door. I'd be sitting waiting for a delivery. I'd be sitting 4 feet away from the door. You know, like I had got off. I worked a 12-hour midnight shift. Got off at 6 a.m. and I'd be sitting by the front door, waiting for the UPS man. Not sleeping, not turning the TV on, anything, just waiting for the UPS man, sitting there by the door. And nobody knocked at the door, and I'd hear a truck driving away, and I'd go to the door, and there'd be a slip in the door, and he'd be driving away. He would come up and not even knock on the door to put the slip in the door. And I haven't had that here. That was kind of a unique case. But they don't give you any time at all, and I think schedules. You know, I think they're really probably scheduled where then, and two, they know if it's Monday through Friday, you know, 9 to 5, when most people are at work, and they, you know, the housing complexes, certain ones are just devoid of any cars, and they know everybody's nobody, you know, they figure that okay, 95% of the people are at work. So what they'll do is they knock on the, you know, they will have, I think maybe they make the slip out already. The slip's already made out before they get out of the vehicle. Walk up on the door, stick in the door, and they take off. And then when I lived in Belton, I'd have to run out and I'd jump in my car and go down the street and catch the guy at his next stop. And then actually, when I was Raymore police officer, I knew, I think it was like Tuesday. I placed an order for maybe Thursday or something but this was when I had Commodore 64. I had a number of Commodore 64 computers and a BBS that was online. This is before the World Wide Web. And I would order something, and I would know that the delivery would be like on a Tuesday. And I was patrolling Tuesday during the daytime, and it was the same, you know, so I'd be in a patrol car and I'd see the UPS man over in my city, which was different than where I lived. And so I didn't turn my lights on and siren, and I'd wait till he made a stop, and then I'd pull up, and then when he came back out, I'd say, hey, I live over in Belton, you know, Jim Howard or whatever, and you've got a package for me. And he'd, oh, well, you know, because I think there's probably an order in there, and, you know, he'd go in and he'd get it for me. And the good old Commodore 64 days. I had a bunch of Commodore 64s, you know, one that ran the BBS. I was in a documentary, BBS, the documentary, and one of the guys in there made an interesting comment. Was, you know, there was a thing going on. Well, there was a thing of which was the best, you know, computer, and there were people that had Apple computers and the Commodore 64s and TRS-80s and whatever, and they all thought they had the best computer, and they all hated the other people, and they all hated the other people's computers. And one of the guys in this documentary made an interesting comment. By the way, in the documentary, I'm only in there a few times, but it's, I think, four DVDs in order to cover everything in this documentary. And I have a short line, and I have a few short lines in there. I got the biggest laugh when the documentary was aired. So I had the guy who did the documentary said, when I went out to California for the screening, he says, Jim, I hope you're not upset, but your comment, you know, that's one that everybody laughs at, gets the biggest laugh and everything. I said, no, I don't care. But one of the guys in there had a comment that the reason he liked the Commodore 64 is you could just put it in a closet, and then if it had a problem, it would fix itself. And that was about the case. And how did I get on that subject of the Commodore 64 and whatever? But I don't know. Except I think I've been talking too long. So this is my video blog for November 20th, 2012. And this is your opportunity. I know you're going to be brokenhearted. This is going to be your opportunity. You know, say goodbye to this chair. You know, that's, you know, this is it. It's gone. It's over with. Maybe I'll bring it back for if you miss it. Let me know, and I'll bring it back. I'll put it in the other room, you know. And but if you really miss it, I'll bring it back occasionally for maybe I could interview it. I could be sitting in my new chair, and I could have the old chair over here, and I could interview it. What kind of voice should it have? I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, wake up, Jim. Thanks very much for watching.